What's going on, interwebs? I can be your hero, baby. Oh, fuck. I didn't realize it started. Fuck it, we're leaving it in. We are talking about COD today, and the reason being, like, I don't follow suit with a lot of YouTubers, because a lot of YouTubers, you know, if they're going to be talking about a specific game, they normally have footage of that, either that franchise or that specific game up. But you guys who have been with me for a while know that I ain't got fucking 2 nickels to rub together, let alone $2. I mean, I manage where I can, but, you know, I ain't got the money to be fucking doing that stuff. And also, the topic of this video, if you couldn't tell by the title, is COD. Call of Duties. The Doodles. And how far the mighty have fallen. And I actually enjoy Overwatch, and these are just some random clips that I managed to snap while I was just, you know, fucking playing the game. But Call of Duty used to be, like, the #1 fucking console first-person shooter next to Battlefield, and the fucking rivalry has been going on for years. Like, which one's better, COD or Battlefield? I'm like one of those few that can play either one. I really don't care, except these newer CODs. They just fucking irritate me. But the new COD is coming. Well, not coming out, but it's relatively soon to be announced. You know, E3 is right around the corner, which is kind of why I'm making this video. E3 typically is in June. It's March, so about 3 months away. So that's actually fairly close. Goddamn, time flies. But it's already been confirmed in Sledgehammer Games, who had, I believe, something to do with one of the Modern Warfare games, if not all of them. I just distinctly remember back in my own time playing the game, I remember seeing Sledgehammer Games either in the beginning credits or the end credits. I don't know if they helped Infinity Ward develop the game, or before Activision got their meaty claws into meaty claws. That's a SpongeBob reference. Before Activision got their meaty, money-grubbing claws into it. I just know that Sledgehammer had something to do with it. I don't exactly know what, but I just distinctly remember seeing Sledgehammer game. They did make Advanced Warfare, which is why you don't see that on here, is because I have it, but I have been adamant from the get-go that that game is a steamy pile of dog shit, and I don't have the Infinite Warfare trial anymore, which that game is also equally a steamy pile of dog shit. And I just don't have the will or the fucking patience to install Advanced Warfare, which I technically fully own, because I will give Sledgehammer credit where credit is due, and I'm kind of hoping they do zombies for their next COD, which has been confirmed, boots to ground. We're gonna harken back to the good old days of spawn camping, not spawn killing. You know, like these fucking current CODs where you spawn in, like you get killed and you spawn in a random spot in the map, and then are immediately shot in the fucking back of the head and then killed instantly before you could even fucking breathe. Let alone move your big toe to fucking take a step forward. That's why, the main reason why I don't play the new CODs, even if I could afford them, is because they all keep the same movement system in place, where that they try to be. Granted, I think Advanced Warfare came out before Doom, but they try to be that fast-paced, high-octane action of Doom. But only Doom seems to have nailed it. You know, I played the Doom beta, which, you know, maybe it's changed since the beta. But when I played the beta, I had the fucking time of my life with Doom. The high-paced, like, quick movements, they nailed it. The maps fit the movement system. They weren't huge, but they were just big enough to give people space when they spawn from death. And what I feel like these CODs missed is that they tried to do that, but they just fell flat on their face and didn't even remotely come close. They don't learn from their mistakes, and the next COD's supposed to be boot to ground, so hopefully there's no, like, fucking superhuman quick speed movements, you know, like double jumping in the fucking air, dodging from side to side. No ridiculous fucking knee slide where you can fucking, like, Jack Black power slide across, like, 50 fucking feet of ground. Hopefully none of that shit is in there. I don't mind a knee slide. You know, granted, that's really hard to fucking pull off on, like, cobblestone and you're fucking wearing knee pads or military attire. That's really hard to fucking pull off. You would destroy your knees. But I don't mind that, you know, a modest knee slide. But, like, fucking, like I said, Jack Black and the fucking just knee slide from, like, 50 fucking feet away. The main gripe, like, and I'm just hoping, like, someone from Sledgehammer sees this. I mean, the game's fucking practically almost done, probably. I mean, E3's right around the corner, and they'll probably release it, like, sometime in November or October. But I'm just hoping, you know, that this video gets enough likes or enough views, or someone tweets it to... I could tweet it to Sledgehammer, but... I mean, I am technically sort of a YouTuber, but I'm still a fucking nobody on this fucking... I mean, I'm no fucking Allier or those other fucking COD YouTubers, and I'm not technically... I don't want to be benchmarked as a certain type of YouTuber, but... Point being is, I just hope someone from Sledgehammer sees this and just takes notice of the things that they did wrong. Now, granted, the biggest fucking problem for me was the multiplayer, which... Again, with the fast-paced movements, you know, the constant spawn killing, the getting shot in the back as soon as you spawn. I liked the verticality of their maps, you know, the different layers. I don't think they could apply that to boots to ground per se. But, I mean, if a game like Gears of War Judgment can have, you know, levels to their maps, I'm pretty sure that Sledgehammer games should have no problem making levels to a map. Don't make it, like, flat. But making maybe 2 levels, like a ground floor that everyone can traverse and then have like a pathway up to like stairs. But my main gripe, as I've said many times with the multiplayer, is that the movement system, it was flawed. And they tried to improvise it in Black Ops 3, and I guess people liked it slightly more. It's still one of the more popular out of the last 3 CODs that came out. But... then they tried to mimic it in Infinite Warfare, and it just fell to shit. Like, you can't do that type of stuff without expanding the maps. I'm not talking like Battlefield-sized maps, not like Rush or Conquest-sized maps. For COD, that's just fucking ridiculous, especially when they don't have vehicles. But just fleshing out the map, maybe make it multi-leveled, or make it somewhat bigger, like 1.5 times your normal-sized maps. Maybe even 2 times. That might be a stretch, but, you know, just make it bigger to accommodate the movements, which they didn't do, and it just killed multiplayer for me. Sledgehammer games, in my opinion, your zombie game, right on point. On point at all angles. I like that you added weapon variants. Granted, a lot of people, like the whales that spent money on microtransactions, became overpowered very quickly, and again, your multiplayer got fucking frustrating because of people who spent hundreds of dollars in microtransactions and got those overpowered weapons and just completely ran ruckshot over everyone. As a person from that standpoint, it was very frustrating. But, you know, weapon variants were nice. At least they had some practical use, you know, they weren't like CSGO, where it doesn't boost stats at all, it's just purely cosmetic, but people have huge fucking boners for those for some reason, and spend literally thousands of dollars on eBay for a fucking skin that does nothing but look pretty. You know, you made your skins have purpose, which I appreciate. But... your zombies is the main reason why I played your game. And I probably have more hours on... Well, that's probably not true. But I did play a shit ton of zombies. Your zombie game is on point. It's perfect. You guys, I hope you make a zombies mode for this new one, because you brought innovation with the exosuits, which, granted, put the exosuits on the zombies made them infinitely more difficult. You know, they could debuff you, they could hit you at longer ranges. Just the vast difference to the zombies made it more refreshing and more challenging and more rewarding, so to speak. So I'm kind of hoping you bring that same level of innovation, though again, you don't have the exosuits if you're doing boots to ground, so maybe, I don't know, maybe you'll make them harder, maybe you'll do something, but I'm really hoping you bring zombies to this COD that you're making next, because that was the main saving grace for Advanced Warfare for me, personally, was the fact that zombies, again, was so difficult, but also so rewarding. Now, it's not as rewarding as, say, like Infinite Warfare or Black Ops 3, because, you know, they had, like, the cards, the actual fleshed out fucking zombie ranks, the weapons, but, you know, your take on zombies was fresh, it was exciting, it was new, it was challenging, it was rewarding in its own way. So I'm really hoping that you do that for Boots to Ground. But my main advice as a fan, and I have been playing COD since Big Red 1, granted, you know, financially, I haven't even been able to play the newest ones, and I think I missed Ghosts. Yeah, I missed Ghosts, I've missed Black Ops 3, and I've missed Infinite Warfare. But I did play the beta for Infinite Warfare. But as a fan, as a person who has spent a shitload of money on COD games, take the time to listen to your fans, and you're doing it now with Boots to Ground, but just think back to the Modern Warfare games, because I know you had something to do with it, if my memory serves me correctly. I do remember Sledgehammer games right along Infinity Ward. I just don't remember in what capacity, as I said, developer, co-developer, or publisher. I just remember seeing Sledgehammer Games thing in either the credits or the starting credits. Harken back to those days and realize the things that made those games great. Reapply them to your new game that you're making now. Just amp it up to like 9. You know, just give us modern, or hell, even like World War II or Vietnam or the Cold War. Again, no one knows exactly what you're doing because nothing's come out, no teasers, no anything. But just please, like, harken back to those days, remember what made those games great, and just amp it up. Because I'll give you credit where credit due. Advanced Warfare was really innovative in terms of, you know, the exosuits, especially with the zombies. It's just, when you went to multiplayer, you didn't account for the exosuits. You know, the main selling point of the game was the exosuits, but coincidentally, they also were the things that completely and utterly broke multiplayer, to the point where it was just more frustrating to play than having my pubes tweezed out one at a time. But that's gonna do it for this video, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Later.
1-1.